A beautiful day for baseball at Chandler-Gilbert as the Coyotes on the field against Eastern Arizona. Good afternoon, everyone. I'm Joe Pequeno alongside the doctor, Adam Perry, as well as the future Bill Gates of America, and that is Andrew Furry. Patrick Morris on the mound for the Coyotes against Eastern Arizona, leading off as Junior Lopez and swings through a slider for strike one. Behind Morris on the mound, Keegan Roden behind the dish, Blake Turgeon at first base, Jamison Armstrong at second, Camden Plew at short, and quickly goes to 0-2 on Lopez. Ethan Hatch at third base, Matthew Diamato in left, Ben Hashizaki, the pride of Canada, in center, and Ryder Hancock in right field. 0-2 pitch, and that misses low, goes to 1-2. A twin bill from Chandler-Gilbert. And Doctor, 20 conference games left for the Coyotes. Time to pick it up and play some serious ball.
Yep, serious it is. As this ball is flared over to right side, and it's caught by Ryder Hancock, showing off his range out there in right field. And yeah, Patrick Morris came to play today.
Morris on the mound, coming in with the goods. Record of 3-2, ERA of 2.31. Talked to Coach Watson before this matchup about Morris. He said he spent some time last summer in Kansas, played with some D1 players, watched them prepare and work on their games and work on their approach toward the game. And he said that Morris really took that all in, and here he is having a really good season and showing his poise on the mound and leading these Coyotes pitching staff, and right now might be the best pitcher, starting pitcher in this unit.
Yeah, Patrick Morris is very coachable. He's very receptive to information. He loves to make adjustments, and he's always striving to be better. That's something that I noticed, playing with him over the fall. We talked a lot about the mental side of baseball, and this kid has it locked down as he gets the swinging strike three right there, and quickly has 2 outs here in the top of the first.
Devin Alvarez goes down swinging. Stepping in is Khalil Walker. Eastern Arizona squad led by veteran coach John Chalmers. Eastern Arizona coming in with a record of 16-16 overall, 7-11 in conference play. And talking to Coach Chalmers, he feels this team is better than what they've shown. They're coming off a split against Gateway Community College, winning the first one 4-0, then losing a shootout by the count of 14-9. And that is a quick inning for Morris on the mound with the short pop-up at third base. We go to the bottom half of the first. Coyotes getting ready to swing the sticks. Beautiful day for baseball. Hey, let's play two. We go to the bottom of the first, and the Coyotes getting ready to face right-hander Isaac Silva. The young man with a record of 1-6, very deceiving. ERA of 2.76, 51 strikeouts, and 42 1/3. So can never look at that win-loss record because sometimes A pitcher can only control what he can control on the bump. Leading off for the Coyotes, Ben Hashizaki, followed by Jamison Armstrong. Camden Plough batting third. Dante Turgeon batting fourth. Ryder Hancock batting fifth. Ethan Hatch batting sixth. Keegan Roden batting seventh. Easton Bryant, the DH, and Matthew Diamato batting ninth. Silva on the bump. Fires a first pitch strike to Hashizaki. Hashizaki stepping in, hitting .327. He's got plenty of speed and good back control, and he quickly falls behind 0-2 in the count. Eastern Arizona playing him straight away. Center fielder slightly shaded toward left center. And Hash strokes one down the left field line, foul out of play. Beautiful day for baseball, absolutely gorgeous day. Mother Nature showing why Arizona one of the best places to live this time of year. 0-2 pitch and a bender inside, and Silva showing his worth immediately as Hashizaki goes down swinging. Stepping in, Jamison Armstrong hitting .286 with 17 RBIs. The Coyotes coming off a victory, comeback victory the other night against the Langley Blaze, at one point trailing 7-1, and battled all the way back to take the victory. So now talking to Coach Watson before this game, and this one's skied deep right field, and going back is Terry Burrell, and Burrell makes the catch quickly, 2 outs. Coach Watson talked about the emphasis of really turning it on for these last 20 games, and no question, this Coyotes team's got to go on a run, and they've been a little up and down in the course, and Waddy made it a point. Look, we got to play some good defense, got to tighten things up, and give ourselves a chance. And Silva with a nice breaking pitch, starting Plough off with the first pitch strike. Silva working quickly, and this is fouled off. Quickly goes to 0-2.
Joe, you mentioned tightening up the defense being one of the key points for the Coyotes, and you know they might have got away with one last time against the Langley Blaze. You know, started off down 7-1, and you know in these conference games, you might not be able to make up that lead. You might not be able to overcome that differential. So for the Coyotes, you know they got to keep it close the whole time. Got to be in it. Can't let any innings get away from them.
Silva, 0-2 pitch. Bender's a beauty in the outside part of the plate, and Plough goes down swinging. No runs, no hits. After one, scoreless from Chandler-Gilbert. We go to the top of the second. Patrick Morris will face Julius Ryan, Tyler White, Tolka, and Gustavo Soto. Ryan checking in, hitting .284, 4 doubles on the year, 20 RBIs. Takes outside for ball one. Coyotes playing Ryan straight away. Morris working quickly. Big fastball, and Ryan swings right through it. These two teams met last year. Coyotes split a pair And that hits the outside part of the plate. Coyotes won the first matchup 3-0. And Morris almost gets the swinging strikeout, foul tipped. Won the first game 3-0 last year, and then won a shootout, losing 11-6 back in Eastern Arizona. And Morris brings the heat up top, and Ryan goes down swinging. And Eastern Arizona led by longtime coach John Chalmers, who started this program from its origination 27 years ago. And that says a lot about a man who helped build a program, bring baseball to the junior college Thatcher area, and years later breeds baseball, loves it, and doesn't want to be doing anything else. And there's a lot to be said about that.
Yeah, that's incredible. You know, to stick with the same program for that long, and you know, he's just imbued in their entire organization now. So for them to have a leader like that, I'm sure it helps the team chemistry.
Tyler Waltoka at the plate, hitting .264. 14 hits and 53 at-bats. 8 RBIs. He's in a 2-strike hole. And Morris dials it up on the outside part of the plate for the second out of the inning. And checking in is Gustavo Soto, hitting .354. 23 hits and 65 at-bats, 4 doubles, 6 RBIs. And talking to Coach Watson before this game, and this one fouled straight back, he talked about this Eastern Arizona team. He said, look, this is a good team. They've got 2 quality pitchers going in today, in Silva and Alvarez in the back end, and they will battle you. And this will be no easy contest. And for the Coyotes, this is where the second half surge has to begin. The team, as this one's fouled off down the right field line, get a couple games here, and then the squad heads to Pima Community College on Tuesday for a 12 and 3 o'clock matchup. So no question, getting some momentum here is huge. This one fouled off. Morris working quickly, working effectively. And Eastern Arizona, talking to Coach Chalmers, he felt that his team, coming in with a record of 16-16, conference play of 7-11, he feels they're better than what they've shown. And when you have that kind of confidence, you feel you can go into a visiting park and pull out some victories.
Yeah, I mean, and they know in this conference anyone could beat anyone, so record is definitely not indicative of skill by any means.
Behind the plate, Keegan Roden, the general behind the dish today, working with Morris. And this one skied out of play. And Morris setting the tone early, in control of the zone.
Yeah, we're seeing some classic Pimo domination here. Mixing up his 3 pitches very well, and he's working inside and out as he allows Soto to take his base on balls. So runner on first here now in the top of the second. And that'll bring up Burrell, the right fielder,
who's actually having a fantastic season, hitting .417. Limited plate appearances, only 12, 5 for 12, 4 RBIs, but no question the young man has got some sizzle at the dish. The team collectively, Eastern Arizona, hitting .274, on base percentage of .363, slugging .368 with 7 home runs.
Yeah, I mean, there's a reason he's in the lineup today. Obviously, the coaches maybe think he's found a bit of a hot streak, so good for him.
So now Morris nibbling a little bit in that outside part of the plate. First time through an order, Doc, sometimes you're trying to feel out the opposing team, correct?
Yes, you know, you don't want to show him your best stuff first time through. You normally want to save that for, you know, second, third time. So Pimo's throwing a lot of fastballs here, and I'd be willing to bet second and third time through you'll see him start to really mix up the slider and changeup in there more.
So Terry Burrell at the dish, and that fastball misses high. 2-out walk to Gustavo Soto. On deck is Trey Garza. And this one has Burrell swinging, and it goes to 3-2. And Morris, as far as the arsenal, Doc, what does he have?
He's got a fastball in the upper eights. You know, 80, as this one is dribbled over to Clue at shortstop, he's going to field it, make the throw, and the throw is in time. So that'll be the third out here, and we'll head into the bottom of the second. Still scoreless here in this one.
Bottom of the second, Dante Turgeon, Ryder Hancock, and Ethan Hatch about to take their hacks against Isaac Silva. Impressive first inning, 3 up, 3 down. And this one scorched to left, and Dante with a nice base knock to left, and he continues his offensive onslaught. Came into this one hitting .392 with 5 bombs and 28 RBIs. And he has been a force since day one. Checking in, Ryder Hancock hitting .337, 32 hits and 95 at bats, 1 home run, 12 RBIs. Ryder showing bunt. Soto poised to throw down to first base. Third baseman playing tight for a potential small ball situation by Ryder. Ryder's a young man who's got versatility, and try to drag that one down the first base line, rolls foul. And right off the bat, Andrew, in this one we see Ryder at the dish, and Coach Watson talked about facing the aces of this Eastern Arizona team, and runs might be at a premium as Ryder gets the bunt down, and you got to like the small ball approach to get that first one on the board.
I do, because getting the first run, it's like getting that first kill. It really gives your team a lot of momentum, and you can build off that momentum, where the other team has to play catch up, and that's a different mindset when you're playing baseball. It's a lot more stressful, but when you can play your own game, you feel a lot more comfortable, and you'll find a lot more success.
Checking in, Ethan Hatch with the runner at second. First pitch, that misses inside. Hatch hitting .231, 18 hits and 78 at bats with 12 RBIs. Hatch with an opportunity here. Silva with the bender, misses outside, goes to 1-1. On deck is Keegan Roden. Coyotes with a good week with the comeback win over the Blaze, and Now they're full force in conference play. And Hatch with the awkward hack on the outside part of the dish goes to 1-2. That right side wide open. Pokes one through. Dante might have a chance to score. This one, high chopper. Fielded by the shortstop, and the throw over.
Pulled him off the bag. Ethan Hatch going to be safe at first, and he did a job as well, moved Dante over to third, so the Coyotes in a great position to strike here.
Yeah, Junior Lopez had the good hop at short and just a bad toss over. And needs to say, Coyotes making some noise here in the bottom of the second, and stepping in, Keegan Roden with an opportunity. And Roden showing bunt, maybe trying to manufacture that first run in. Keegan at the dish, having a good solid season, hitting .326, 15 hits and 46 at-bats, 1 home run, 11 RBIs. And right now, Coyotes looking for some good contact. And that hits him, and they're loaded up. So Isaac Silva has found himself in a dangerous situation here. And now stepping in, Easton Bryant. And we saw some life from Easton in that victory over Langley the other night.
Yep, the Giant Bryant. Even in his at-bats that he didn't reach base safely, you know, he had a fly ball to deep left field that looked like it was going to be flared, but, I mean, this kid has true power. And Dev DeVera is going to take over at first base for Keegan Roden.
Pinch runner for the catcher, and Easton Bryant gets his first look and bounces one through the left side. 1 run is in. And Easton Bryant goes the other way with a quality base knock, and the Coyotes get on the board first. Good piece of hitting, inside out, little cue ball through the 5-6 hole, and Andrew Furry all fired up.
Yeah, that song is really, it gets you going.
I love to hear it.
And they're still loaded.
Oh,
Small
man.
ball situation, and that's a beauty right there. The great bump by D'Amato brings in another.
That's Coyote baseball
Yeah.
right there.
That's phenomenal by D'Amato to execute like that. You know, in a high-pressure situation, you got the runner creeping up behind you, and he got the job done.
So another run is in, and can't say enough by D'Amato, sacrificing himself and getting the run in. Now it's Hashizaki. Hash bounces one to Lopez over short. This time a good throw, but the damage is done. Coyotes get a big knock from Easton Bryant, play a little small ball. They play 2. We go to the top of the third with a 2-0 Coyotes lead. Top of the third, Patrick Morris taking another aim at this Eastern Arizona lineup. It'll be Trey Garza, followed by Jonas Rogers, and then the top of the order with Junior Lopez. Trey Garza checking in, hitting .261, 23 hits and 88 at-bats with 11 RBIs. First pitch, this one skied out of play. Looking at the Arizona Community College Athletic Conference standings, Central Arizona 17-2 in first. Pima, second, 15-5. This one bounced to short. Good hop for Camden Plew. Plew fires over. A little high throw, and that gets away. And Garza on his way to second. Throw down, and not the start for this inning that Patrick Morris wanted. And Plew gives Eastern Arizona an opportunity to start this third inning.
Yeah, it looked like Plew got a little caught up on his back foot there. Normally he's coming forward towards first base, and he just couldn't get down over top on that throw. Keegan Roden, good job on the backup, but wasn't in time to gun the runner down going to second.
So Jonas Rogers stepping in. First pitch. Nails the block for strike one. Rogers hitting .235, 19 hits and 81 at-bats, 15 RBIs. He's got one long ball, so he's got some fence power. He's showing bunt. And this one, how about Morris
Pimo.
moving off the bunt like a jungle cat for the out.
Helping himself out there, showing off that pitchers are athletes, man.
And checking in, Junior Lopez. Popped to right field his first time up. It's good to see a pitcher on the mound not afraid to field his position. Sometimes you get some pitchers worrying about controlling the zone. This one, sky to center, coming in, making a play. Hashizaki, we've got 2 outs. Checking in, Devin Alvarez struck out his first time up. So Morris helps himself with the athletic move off the mound, and Hash fielding his position like a champ in center. We've got 2 outs. Throw back over.
Oh, yeah.
And that's a close play at second base.
Wonderful throw there from Pimo. Almost got him, which is not something you see too often on the spin pick from when a runner is on second base. So Pimo's locked in today.
This one skied straight back right over our heads. And once again, Nate Ortiz, he's not with us right now, but not fielding his position yet again.
Yep. We might have to bench him, honestly.
And where is Mr. Ortiz? I mean, I checked a milk carton. I saw him missing in action. So
Nate has work today. He's working at Pizza Hut.
Good for him.
Yeah.
That's an honest living right there. Is he making or delivering?
He's making the pizzas.
Okay.
He takes a lot of pride in his pizzas.
Let me tell you something. To make a good pizza is an art, because sometimes you put too much sauce on. This one bounced to the right side. That's going to get through. Runners coming in. The throw to home, and that is good at the plate.
Ryder Hancock.
Ryder Hancock with the
fired up.
hose. And what an inning-ending play by Hancock. And Roden with the tag. And the Coyotes providing the drama as we go to the home half of the third. Bottom of the third, Jameson Armstrong, Camden Plew, and Dante Turgeon about to get their second looks against right-hander Isaac Silva. Armstrong popped to right his first time up. J-Mo swinging right through that.
Yeah, something worth noting of Silva, he's got the second most innings pitched, and he's the strikeout leader for this Eastern Arizona pitching staff. So the swing and misses are something that we might be seeing a lot of today.
Coach Watson talked about this Coyotes team here on out in conference play. When you're in a doubleheader, you're going to see every opposing team's best arms. So if the Coyotes can pull out some wins and maybe sweep a doubleheader here, go to Pima, pull out a couple games, all of a sudden you start moving up in the standings, and that playoff seeding gets a little easier. And I say that delicately as Silva hits the inside part of the plate, because no game in this conference is easy by any means.
Yeah.
And J-Mo fouls that one off. And Silva with a tough last inning. Dante started off with the single, got the sack bump by Ryder Hancock. Ethan Hatch got on an error, rode and hit by a pitch. Easton Bryant with a base knock, sack bunt, another run came in, and how about Hancock make that Armstrong starting this one off with a walk here in the third. Stepping in, Camden Plew struck out his first time up. Camden hitting .242, starting the day. On the run. And Armstrong thrown out at second base, and no question, got to get dirty going in.
Yeah, maybe a bit of a deke there from the shortstop. J-Mo didn't look like he had any sense of urgency. Maybe didn't think a throw was on the way, but yeah, he stood up, and the shortstop just tagged him right on the leg.
So Camden Plew now hitting with the bases empty, with an opportunity to reset this inning, and Silva comes high with the bender. And Andrew, as you watch Silva, he works quickly. What does that do for his defenders behind him?
It makes it to where they don't get cold, so they're always kind of fresh, and they have a better chance of making those hard plays, being on a hop, and it just makes for all-around better defense with a faster pace.
1-2 pitch, and Plew just gets a tip to stay alive. Eastern Arizona, located in the Thatcher, Arizona area. Program started by Coach Chalmers. And Silva with that big bender misses, and Plew works the walk. Stepping in, Dante, who started the two-run second inning with a sharp single to left. Good conversation with Dante before this game. He says he's been so at peace with this Chandler-Gilbert team, so welcoming. That misses high from Silva, as Soto behind the dish gave a look at Plew. And Dante puts a charge in one. This one deep left, and this one is off the glove. Plew turning around third. Plew being waved in. The play at the plate, and Plew is in, and Dante does it again.
Mr. Magic Stick showing why he's got that nickname right there. That high fastball was absolutely demolished. You know, I thought it was going to leave the yard, but nevertheless, it gets a job done, and it adds another run to the Coyotes total. So Coyotes now leading 3-0 here in the bottom of the third, and up to bat, it's Ryder Hancock.
Silva left a bender up, and Dante read it perfectly, depositing in deep left center. Off the glove of Devin Alvarez. And Ryder takes a bender on the outside.
And take note, Joe, the wind is blowing in today. So that ball could have had a chance if there was no wind.
No, we can't give him any excuses. No excuses.
No, everything he hits, bro.
I know.
And this one scorched the center, and that drops. And Dante being held up at third base. So Ryder strokes a single to center. And stepping in, Ethan Hatch got on an error his first time up. And right now, Doc, looks like Silva missing in the zone.
Yeah, you know, Silva only had 9 walks coming into today, which is absolutely phenomenal. Hancock's going to take off. He's going to try and get caught in a rundown. And he's going to, oh, man. The throw pulled the shortstop, Lopez, further away from the bag. And Hancock said, all right, I'll take it. So he ends up on second base. Turgeon still on third. But, yeah, Lopez, you know, not on his game today. 9 walks on the season. I think he has 2 or 3 today already. As Hatch swings through a nice bender.
So the Coyotes with a couple runners on. Turgeon at third. Hancock at second. This one fouled straight back by Hatch. Quickly goes to 0-2. Coyotes with a 3-0 lead. 2 in the second. Another one here in the third. First of 2 between these two teams as Eastern Arizona brings the infield in. And Hatch swings through the bender. And checking in, Keegan Roden, hit by a pitch his first time up. Second out of the inning. And Roden, now the Eastern Arizona defense at normal depth. Runners is second and third. Roden first pitch. And this one knocked to the right side. Tricky hop and fielded cleanly by Trey Garza, who throws over. But the Coyotes had another. Quality base work, quality base hitting, and a quality inning for the Coyotes. We go to the fourth. The home team leading 3-0. Patrick Morris getting ready to start his 4th inning of work. He'll face Khalil Walker, Julius Ryan, and Tyler Waltulka. Coyotes with a 3-0 lead. 2 in the second and 1 in the third. First pitch. Upstairs, Walker popped to third his first time up. This one scorched down the left field line, out of play. Coyotes with 2 today and then head to Pima for a pair on Tuesday. And Morris misses with the bender on the inside portion of the dish. 2-1 count. Comes back with a fastball, a Butte, evens it at 2 apiece, and Walker getting some explanation from the home plate umpire. 2-2 pitch. This one bounced up the middle. Morris feels his position, and that throw is going to be late, and Walker with the infield single. Give credit to Patrick Morris on the mound and give even more to Walker, who hustled that one out.
Yeah, Pimo with some good hustle on that play. That ball was smoked right back at him, you know. Got the glove on it and just bounced too far away from him to make the play in time. But, you know, he's a trooper. He's ready to get right back in this one as he deals strike 1. And that's right by Ryan.
Julius Ryan struck out his first time up. Eastern Arizona trying to work their way back into this one, falling behind 3-0. Coyotes getting some great offense from Dante Inferno. That one's fouled straight back. Quickly goes to 1-2. Good crowd on hand. We've got shorts. We've got suntan lotion. We've got baseball caps. We don't have heavy jackets. We don't have big blankets. We don't have heaters. Just pure Arizona great weather.
It's beautiful. Baseball weather, baby.
And this one lifted to right field, coming in. Hancock is there, and he'll make the grab for the first out here in the 4th inning. Checking in, Tyler Waltolka struck out his first time up. Patrick Morris working quickly. And what a year he's had. 3-2. ERA of 2.31. A renewed focus coming into this season. Really working on his approach to becoming a better pitcher, better player. And Doc and Andrew chime in. Maybe sometimes it takes you working with other athletes, seeing their approach to maybe reflect a little bit on how you approach the game to improve your overall demeanor toward your acumen toward the game.
Yeah, I mean, Patrick is like a sponge, dude. I've talked to him, plenty of times about mechanics and the mental side of baseball. And my goodness, this kid's work ethic is absolutely crazy, absolutely insane. As Waitolka is going to make his way down to first base on the base on balls. Waddy's going to have a quick chat with his pitcher. And we'll be right back. Up next, it's going to be Gustavo Soto. We'll be right back.
So John Watson making his trip to the mound, making sure Morris and the infield defense set to go. Runners at second and first. Gustavo Soto checking in, walked his first time up. And Morris misses low for ball one. Eastern Arizona looking for a clutch hit, trailing 3-0. 1-0 pitch, skied out of play. Eastern Arizona coming off a split against Gateway Community College. Record of 7-11 in conference play, 16-6 overall. Last 10 games, 6-4. 1-1 pitch from Patrick Morris. This one scores to left field. Runner at third is being waved in, and he will beat the throw. And the ball gets away from Keegan Roden, and the runners advance. And Gustavo Soto provides some thunder for the Eastern Arizona squad, and now they trail 3-1.
Yeah, Eastern Arizona picking up some momentum here. Up to bat, it's the right fielder, Burrell, Terry Burrell, that is. And, for Patrick Morris right now, probably a lot of thoughts going through his head, but, I mean, this kid trusts his stuff. As he blows the fastball right by Terry, quickly into an 0-1 count. Pimo, unshaken by that last hit, he's ready to get back to work.
Burrell with a couple runners on second and third. Comes with a big bender, misses. Inning started with a Walker infield single. Julius Ryan struck out. Watolka with the walk, and then it was Soto placing one in the outfield. Ball got away on the throw home. Runners advanced. One in. Burrell with the 1-1 count. He's got some support. Got some Eastern Arizona fans here enjoying the great weather here in Chandler. Morris, back pick, and Camden Plouffe had to get up with some leaping leather to keep that one from going into center field. Burrell, limited at bats, but hitting .417. Gets a strike, goes to 0-2. Gotta love the Eastern Arizona fans rooting on their team.
Yeah. Some of the loudest fans we've had all year. As this ball is grounded over to first base, Dante is going to take it himself, and the runner's going home. He's going to be in there. Looks like Dante turned his back at the exact moment that Watolka took off. And Eastern Arizona is going to bring this game within 1 run now. The score, Coyotes 3 to Eastern Arizona 2.
So Dante with the clean field, all he had to do was really tag first base and then look at the third base runner. And needs to say, Eastern Arizona takes advantage, and it's a 1-run game. At the dish, Trey Garza, who got on an error by Camden Plouffe his first time up. Garza against Morris with an opportunity and fouls this one off. So Coach Watson talked about this Eastern Arizona team, a squad that by no means a layup. And here they are battling back, putting up a 2-spot here in the 4th. And Morris ends the inning, but the damage is done. Eastern Arizona puts 2 up, and we go to the bottom of the 4th with the Coyotes leading 3-2. Bottom of the 4th, Easton Bryan checking in, followed by Matthew Diamato against Isaac Silva. Coyotes lead now down to 1. Bryan with an RBI single in the 2nd inning, continuing his hot hitting after a nice outing against the Langley Blaze. 1-0 pitch. Bryan gets a bender, swings right through it. So if you're Silva on the mound, your team just put up a couple runs. What does that do for your confidence as you head back to the bump, Doc?
Yeah, I mean, that's right now he's definitely ecstatic on the mound. He knows that his team can keep him in this game, and for him right now, all he's got to do, if he can post a 0 and give his offense some more momentum, Eastern Arizona might be on a little bit of a roll here. So for Silva, yeah, got to lock it down.
And Easton Bryan trying to change his fortunes. That one misses, goes to 2-2. So as we look at the conference standings, Central Arizona 17-2, Pima 15-5, Arizona Western 9-5, South Mountain 11-8. Yavapai 9-7, Paradise Valley 9-9, Scottsdale Community College 8-8. Easton fouls that one off. Glendale Community College 9-10, Chandler-Gilbert 8-10, Phoenix College 7-10, Eastern Arizona 7-11. Gateway Community College 7-13, Cochise 5-11, and Mesa Community College at 3-15. Easton with a 2-2 count. And a bender blows him away to start the home half of the fourth.
Yeah, when Silva's able to keep that bender low and just not hang it, it's been really successful for him today.
Matthew Diamato checking in, who laid down a beautiful sack bunt. His first time up. That misses way outside for ball one. Diamato checking in, hitting .278 to start the day. Swings right through that one. Diamato 10 hits and 36 at-bats, 4 RBIs. Quickly goes to 1-2. And as we talked about, looks like Isaac Silva's got some new life on the mound. Locating that bender and strikeout of Bryant, 1-2 pitch. And that one's just fouled off as Diamato stays alive. Critical portion of the season for the Coyotes as they have 20 conference games left. Looking to make that run, surge toward the postseason. Give themselves an opportunity.
Yeah, and you know, Eastern Arizona is thinking the same thing. I mean, they're definitely not going to go down without a fight here today. They're trying to make a playoff run just as much as we are, so this one is definitely going to get more intense as we get closer to the later innings.
2-2 pitch. Bender, and that locks up Diamato at the dish. So Isaac Silva starting the Coyotes off with a couple strikeouts here in the fourth, and Ben Hashizaki stepping in. Struck out his first time up and then bounced to short in the second. Hosh looking to change the momentum tide here as Silva all of a sudden in a nice comfortable groove. Starts Hosh with a bender on the outside part of the plate.
And Silva taking much less time between pitches here. He feels confident now. He's in a groove. And that one just barely missed inside. Seems like the Coyotes are seeing him a little bit worse than they were the first time through the order. So Silva turning it up a notch here in the bottom of the fourth.
Got some offensive support. Felt renewed confidence on that mound and throws a dart on the block, goes to 2-2. And Jamison Armstrong on deck. 2-2 pitch. Outfield slightly shaded to left center. That misses high. The first of two between these two teams, these long-time conference rivals. And this one knocked in the left center field gap, and this one's going to drop, and Ben with a quality contact, 2-out single. And the Coyotes have fourth inning life with Armstrong stepping in. Armstrong has flown out to right field, walked, and was caught stealing. So Gustavo Soto behind the dish showing he's got some quality skills behind that dish, and that's a great running play in left field by Devin Alvarez, and that's going to do it for the Coyotes here in the bottom of the fourth. Give Alvarez plenty of credit. We go to the fifth. Coyotes with a 3-2 lead. Top of the 5th, Eastern Arizona. Pushing the home team with Patrick Morris on the hill. Jonas Rogers checking in. Pop to Morris the first time up on a great play by Morris. Jumping off the bump and securing the catch. Rogers swings right through that. Quickly goes to 0-2. Rogers followed by Junior Lopez and Devin Alvarez, who just made that great play on that long fly ball down the left field line.
Pimo misses high with the fastball there, but it wasn't a miss. That's exactly where he wanted the pitch. Just didn't get the bite. So Pimo hitting the spots well and gets the swing and strike 3. Wonderful pitch there, bottom part of the zone. The changeup just fell right off the table, and Rogers had no answer.
Good start for Patrick Morris here in the 5th. Junior Lopez checks in. Pop to right, pop to left.
Pimo immediately wanted the ball back after that strikeout. You could tell he's really wanting to work at a fast pace. Usually teams will throw the ball around, but Pimo was asking for that ball almost right away.
Yep, Pimo not trying to lose his groove, and he definitely hasn't. Blows the fastball right past Lopez there.
And when you're on that infield defense, when you got your lefty slinging it the way he is, you're like, okay, just take the ball back. Do what you do.
Yeah.
You don't want to ruin his rhythm. Don't want to ruin his concentration. 1-2 count. And this one scorched to center. And Junior Lopez with a 1-out single here in the 5th. And that time it looked like that bender just hung up in his zone just a bit. Devin Alvarez checking in, struck out and single to right, part of a great throw by Ryder Hancock that threw the runner out at the dish in the 2nd inning. And we've seen some outstanding defensive work by outfielders. Alvarez, the great running catch. Hancock with the great throw. This one bounced down the third base line, foul. Quickly, 0-2 on Devin Alvarez.
And something to pay attention to, Junior Lopez over at first base is the stolen base leader for this Eastern Arizona lineup, as this ball was drilled into the left center gap.
Alvarez.
Giving chase as D'Amato. He's going to make the throw over to second. And, that throw barely gets away from J-Mo. The throw had him beat, but Alvarez going to end up on second, and Lopez over at third. So with 2 outs, Pimo's got some more pressure on him. Up to bat, it's Walker, Khalil Walker. And Pimo going to have to step up once again.
Walker popped to third and singled his last time up. This Eastern Arizona team not going away. And Morris gives Walker a first pitch strike over the plate. Good throw by the outfield. This is bounced to the right side. Armstrong, and that's going to bring in the tying run. And Walker does his job. And this one is tied at 3. Runner moves to third. Quality at bat by Khalil Walker. Stepping in, Julius Ryan. Struck out both times up against Morris. Takes slow for ball 1. And Morris misses again, quickly goes to 2-0. Make no mistake, Morris has been solid on the mound. Got to tighten some things up behind him. That play at second base on that throw from the outfield. Armstrong
Mishandled it, yeah.
got to make that play. If you can't take the hop, go up and catch the ball, then swipe tag. This one knotted at 3. Ryan knocks this out of play. Eastern Arizona, a squad that feels they're better than their 7-11 conference record. 2-2 pitch. This one bounced to the right side. Armstrong throws over, and that's going to do it. But Eastern Arizona, the squad from Thatcher, coming to Chandler and putting up a fight. We go to the home half of the fifth, knotted at 3. Camden Plew gets another opportunity against Isaac Silva. Silva gave up 2 in the bottom of the second, 1 in the third, and locked it in the fourth. Plew has struck out and walked. Followed by Dante Turgeon as well as Ryder Hancock. Coyotes in a battle with Eastern Arizona. Coyotes jumped out to a 3-0 lead, and Eastern Arizona clawing their way back into this one. 1-1 count. This one bounced to short. Good hop. Junior Lopez flips over, and that's the first out here for the Coyotes in the home half of the fifth. Stepping in, Dante. A single in the first and a near home run, a double in the third. Dante coming into this day hitting .392 and just continues to show why he's highly considered coming out of Ben Franklin High School locally. And my question for you, Adam, did you ever face Dante Turgeon on the high school circuit?
I did not, unfortunately. You know, Castillo and Basha never played Ben Franklin, but I had the pleasure of playing with this kid over the summer, my freshman and sophomore years. So, you know, I know the damage he can do, and he's always been a guy.
And Silva showing why he's the guy on the mound right now. 1-2 count on Dante, who's been great, and goes the other way, and Dante just,
man,
with a quality AB right there. Silva tried to work that bender on the outside part of the plate. Great plate patience by Turgeon.
I mean, what a phenomenal season that he's having. It's just incredible.
3 for 3 at the dish. Hancock steps in, sacrifice bunt, single, caught stealing. And Silva comes right back with a bender. 0-1. Turgeon, not really a threat to go. 1-1 count. So we've seen 2 quality starts by both pitchers, both starters today. And this one's skied out of play, goes to 1-2.
Yeah, I mean, Silva, the game got away from him a little bit in the second and third, but he's been pretty locked down ever since. He's found his stride, he's found his groove, he's working quicker, and he's utilizing his breaker better, keeping it away from the top part of the zone.
Ryder now works the count to 2-2. Center field slightly shaded toward left center. Turgeon not really a threat to go. Short lead at first base, 2-2 pitch. This one bounced to the right side. Scooping it up, Khalil Walker for the second out here in the fifth.
And there it was again, a well-placed bender by Silva. Ryder did what he could with it. Pushed the runner over to second, but Silva's playing his game right now on the bump.
Now the Coyotes need a 2-out base knock from Ethan Hatch. Got on an error by the shortstop and has struck out. And Silva going back to the bender. And Adam, safe to say, when you're a pitcher, when you got one pitch in your arsenal that's working, do you just get into a comfortable zone and that's going to be your first pitch as Hatch knocks this to center field, and that one's going to drop in, and Ethan Hatch has delivered a 2-out single. Camden Blue scores, make that Turgeon scores, and the Coyotes regain the lead, 4-3.
Great piece of hitting there by Hatch, picks up an RBI, and Joe, we were just talking about that bender, and it looks like Silva got a little bit too confident with it. He threw it 3 times in a row, and that time Hatch was sitting right on it, and he got the job done.
So Ethan Hatch with the 2-out single. Keegan Roden stepping in, and all of a sudden we have dogs in the press box, literally. And my question is to Adam and Andrew, who let the dogs out?
Fury, no answer?
Oh, well,
Ooh.
that would be Paulo Hutchinson.
Paulo.
Keegan Roden hit by a pitch, so now Easton Bryant will have an opportunity. Paolo Hutchison, the father of Daniel Hutchison, also one of the big proponent of the Seton Catholic live stream and helping out here is Chandler-Gilbert as well, bringing one of his 2 dogs. It's either Steven or Lenny. They're Dalmatians, so I'm not sure. So Steven is here. We just got confirmation. So Steven's been the good luck charm for the Coyotes here in the bottom of the 5th.
Correction, we've got Lenny up here in the broadcasting booth. Steve doesn't do too well with crowded situations as Bryant swings through that high fastball.
Goes to 1-1. Coyotes have regained the lead on a 2-out base knock by Ethan Hatch, bringing in Dante Turgeon. Runners at second and first. Easton. RBI single and is struck out and fouls that one off. And Andrew, sometimes you got to have that clutch base knock to win a game, and Ethan steps up.
You know, he's already done it earlier in this game to give us that two spot in the second. So I definitely think Easton's the man for the job in this situation.
Ethan Hatch with a 2-out single. Now it's Easton Bryant with an opportunity. And Silva just steps off and throws over. Easton Bryant looking to put a charge into one against Isaac Silva. And this one, little cue ball, and Silva feels his position like a champ, and that's going to do it. But the Coyotes regain the lead on Ethan Hatch. 2-out single. We go to the top of the 6th with the Coyotes with a 4-3 lead. Top of the 6th, Patrick Morris now with the lead in his favor. Stepping up, Tyler Waitolka, Gustavo Soto, and Terry Burrell. Morris outside part of the plate for strike 1. Waitoka has struck out and walked. Morris with a lead in his favor. And this one lifted to center. Hashizaki coming in, and Hashizaki on his giddy up and makes the play. Good way for the Coyotes to start this top of the 6th with a good defensive play, and checking in is Gustavo Soto. Has been a thorn in the Coyotes side with a walk in the 2nd and an RBI single in the 4th.
You know, I like to see that from Hosh early because Pimo hasn't had the greatest defense behind him today. A little bit of mishaps here and there. So Hosh really making a statement, picking him up early, saying, we got you, just keep doing your thing.
Morris, and this one lifted to left and coming in, and D'Amato thought about it, takes it off the one hop, and once again, Gustavo Soto doing things with the base knocked to left. Terry Burrell checking in. Grounded out to short. And a ground out to first base, which brought in a run. Morris and Burrell with the nice cut. Fouls it off. And Andrew, give us a take of what you've seen through Morris as he works his way in through this 6th inning.
I've seen him kind of command the strike zone and work at a fast pace. He's getting on the umpire's good side. You see there he clipped the corner. Good receiving work there from Keegan as well to help out Pimo. But Pimo, if you can be around the zone and you establish it, you may get a couple more lenient calls, and that could result in a little bit more strikeouts, as we've seen here today.
So Burrell with 2 strikes. Morris working quickly. Glancing at Soto. And that one, a bender that did not break, and Burrell hit by a pitch. And those Eastern Arizona fans all excited as Trey Garza checks in. Got on an error by Camden Plew and struck out. And John Watson working his way to the bullpen. Make that working his way to the mound, and there is some activity in the Coyotes bullpen. Looks like that's slinging Sam Roberts. Warming up. So Eastern Arizona found themselves in a 3-0 hole. Came back to tie it. Coyotes regained the lead, and Waddy on the mound talking to Morris and his infield defense. Now the home plate umpire will break this up as Watson will keep Morris in. Started this inning with a pop up to center. Soto with a single. And Burrell hit by a pitch. And Trey Garza at the dish. Got on an error by Plew and struck out. And Morris misses high for ball 1. Morris, a competitor.
Oh, absolutely.
Wants to stay in this one. He wants to finish this one out. This one lifted to center. Hashizaki coming in.
Runners tagging.
And Hash
gets it in quickly.
Right there for the 2nd out.
So there we go. Pimo with 2 outs now and a chance to get out of it. He's a pitch away. You see him ready to get back on the mound immediately. He was doing his job backing up to third base in case of a throw. I'm surprised Eastern wasn't a little bit more aggressive, being that they're trailing here in 6th.
Jonas Rogers stepping in. Popped to the pitcher and struck out. Swings through that for strike 1. And Sam Roberts in that bullpen. Coyotes have some activity. Might come with a fresh arm in the 7th. to close it out. This one skied out of play on that right side. Heading toward the dirt area. Quickly, 2 strikes. And P. Morris, number 15, with an opportunity to get out of this inning. And this one skied out of play. And give Rogers some credit. Trying to battle and just poke one somewhere to give his team an opportunity.
And you know, with Pimo being this ahead in the count, he has a little bit of play right here. I wouldn't be surprised if he threw something way out of the zone, trying to get Rogers to maybe swing again, because Rogers has been battling in this one.
And this one lifted to the right side, giving chase, Dante, and runs out of real estate. And he'll stay at 0-2. 4-3 Coyotes here in the bottom of the 6th. This one moving at an epic pace. Game 1 of a twin bill. Morris. This one stroke to the left side. Good hop, and the simple force play. Ethan Hatch dials it up, and we go to the bottom of the 6th. Coyotes with a 4-3 lead. Bottom of 6, Matthew D'Amato, Ben Hashizaki, and Jamison Armstrong. Getting another look at Isaac Silva. He's given up 4 runs. D'Amato, sacrifice bunt and struck out his last time up. Bender on the outside part of the plate. And Silva exclusively working that bender. Comes right back with it. Home plate umpire checks with the field umpire. D'Amato did not go. Evens the count at 1 apiece.
Yeah, when you're on the bump and you have that pitch that just feels perfect out of the hand that day, you want to use it as much as you can. Silva switching it up with a fastball right down the middle. But yeah, that bender of his, that slider, has really been his pitch today. Misses big with it there, trying to get the swinging strike, but he doesn't. D'Amato holds up, and now we're in a 2-2 count.
Activity in the Coyotes bullpen. We saw Sam Roberts working earlier. 2-2 pitch to D'Amato. And that fastball blisters the black, and D'Amato goes down looking. Checking in, Ben Hashizaki struck out, grounded out to short, and a single to center. Followed by Jamison Armstrong. Silva working quickly as Patrick Morris. $117 into this one. Bender misses down low in the dirt. There'll be a half-hour break between games, and then we'll start game 2 of this twin bill. Twice the fun, twice the sunshine, all for free on the Chandler-Gilbert Sports Network. This one dropped down, and this one a beaut, and that one is thrown into right field. And on his giddy up.
Hashizaki gonna show off the speed.
Hosh
legging
with
out
an
3, and he's gonna be sent home. And he's gonna make it. Ben Hashizaki, how about that? The bunt inside the park. Home run. Just one throwing error for Eastern Arizona, and Hashizaki absolutely took off.
Throwing error. Ball went down in that Eastern Arizona bullpen. Got lost somewhere in that Bermuda Triangle. And Hash just cruised the bases, and some insurance for the Coyotes. So give Hash a single and a throwing error and races around. Armstrong swings through it. So the Coyotes with a 5-3 lead. Armstrong shows bunt. Javier Soto coming out. Good play by Soto behind the dish. I think that Gustavo Soto behind the dish with the putout.
So 2 outs here, up to bat. It's going to be Camden Plew. The Coyotes trying to double up on the bunt magic right there, but doesn't go in their favor that time. The 0-0 pitch to Plew. Bender swung at and missed. And yeah, Silva with that bender, man. That's been his pitch.
Plew has struck out, walked, and grounded out to shortstop. Silva comes right back with the bender, and Plew misses, goes to 0-2. We saw Sam Roberts working in that bullpen. And Plew lays off the high heat. Coach Watson talked about his bullpen fully rested for today's game, and he's got the arms. And Patrick Morris helping the cause, going out with a quality start. This one popped in the infield, and some miscommunication by the Eastern Arizona defense as Gustavo Soto makes that play. Third baseman should have called him off. Needs to say, it is what it is. They get the put out, and now Eastern Arizona with one last opportunity as we head to the 7th.
Remember Lucky's name though.
Patrick Morris with an opportunity to close this one out, and he'll face the top of the Eastern Arizona lineup. Junior Lopez, Devin Alvarez, and Khalil Walker. Lopez popped out to right, to left, and a single in the 5th. And Morris misses low for ball 1. And Doc, when you're throwing a gem like Morris is, and you get the confidence of your coach to go out and close this one out, what does that do for your vote of confidence on that mound?
I mean, you know, when you're in an environment like this where everyone behind you is trusting you and supporting you and has full confidence in you, I mean, how could you not succeed? So for Pimo, he's having a phenomenal day. Gets the call on the swinging strike right there. That'll bring the count to 1-2. And this is something that we've seen from Pimo all day, just getting ahead in counts, quickly getting to 2 strikes, and the Eastern Arizona hitters are put in positions where they have to chase. Pimo tries to get the chase on the high fastball there, and the hitter lays off. But yeah, Pimo, man, what a day he's having.
There is activity in the Coyotes pen. Bouncer to Camden Plew, takes the big hop, throws over, and that's going to do Junior Lopez. Nice clean play by Camden Plew on the big hop. Stepping in, Devin Alvarez struck out, singled, and doubled. So good defense by Plu to start this as Morris looks for the complete game win. 5-3 Coyotes after the Ben Hashizaki inside the park bunt error scored, and then Hash with the second out of the inning on the sky ball by Devin Alvarez. And now it's Khalil Walker. Last chance opportunity. Walker popped to third, singled, and an RBI ground out. This is bounced to the right side. Armstrong, high hop, throws over, and that's going to do it. And the Coyotes behind Patrick Morris, the fiery lefty, came into this one with a record of 3-2, ERA of 2.31, locks it down, goes the distance, gives up only 3 runs, and gets the victory. And Morris, fellas, sets the tone for the Coyotes and the Twin Bill.
Yeah, I mean, we talk about pace all the time, and my goodness, Patrick Morris was in a groove. This game was over in less than an hour and a half, which is just unheard of, really. And I mean, yeah, Patrick Morris was working efficiently all day. He got the CG, and you can't get a CG if you're getting deep in counts and getting behind and walking guys. Patrick Morris showing off his best stuff today. Happy for that kid and happy for this Yodi team picking up a win. And we'll head into the second game as the Yodis look for a sweep in about 30 minutes.
And a great outing by Morris. 3 runs on 6 hits, 6 Ks. Look at the base on balls, just a handful. 1, 2. Counting 2 walks on the day, and that's just efficient baseball. Can't defend the walk and didn't give his team any kind of hurtful situations by giving the free passes up.
Yep.
And Andrew, for the Coyotes, this dugout right now, you win the opener. What's the mood like? You've been in this situation.
Oh, well, we're going to see Coyotes dancing in the dugout a little bit, getting themselves hyped for the next one, because we're happy right now. We just want to carry the momentum directly into the next game. It's going to be a 9-inning game, so we have to remain focused, unlike we did today where we could just come out hot. But we're going to definitely try to do the same thing that we did today, just stay a little bit more focused.
So the Coyotes now 19-14 overall conference record, 9-10, an opportunity to even the record at 500. Of course, we'll have the action coming up about 30, 40 minutes away. Keep it right here on the Chandler-Gilbert Sports Network. Andrew, Adam, Joe Pequeno, Paulo Hutchison, and whether it's Lenny or Steven, we have some dog support in the broadcast booth. More to come from South Chandler on the Chandler-Gilbert Sports Network.